Hi there, everyone. Jim here with Fantasy for the Ages, coming at you today with another one of our Tiny Talk episodes. This one, a book blast on Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind, book one of the Kingkiller Chronicle. If you enjoy this episode, I do hope you'll like it down below, subscribe to our channel, and check out all the other things we have coming out. Both my son Zach and I creating content on fantasy, science fiction, and nerdy stuff we enjoy. Okay, book blast. This means this is spoiler light. If you're watching this, you've probably read The Name of the Wind, but if you're one of those like me who hadn't read it for so long, you're still safe here. I'm not going to ruin the story for you, just some light references to the book. Many of you now who have been following our channel know I intentionally resisted reading this book for years. Why? I mean, everybody raves how good it is. Well, we may never get the finish to the series. It's been over a decade, and Patrick Rothfuss, the author, still has not finished the final book. I don't know if he's even started the final book other than in his head. But relentlessly, friends, other content creators kept saying, Jim, you are failing here. You must read this book. It doesn't matter if it never gets finished. It's that good. I'm like, poppycock. I hate reading something that I can't finish. I often will put off starting a series until it's done. I mean, George R.R. Martin ruined me for this because I've been waiting for 2 more books of A Song of Ice and Fire for years, and he keeps just doing other stuff like taking HBO's money. But I said, okay, I want to be a respected member of the fantasy fiction content creating community. I will read this book. Thank you for wearing me down. This is a delightful story. And what's it about? Basically, it's the story of Kvothe. I have trouble saying that name, and the many great mysteries around this character. I loved how the story is told in the present time of this fantasy world, while our main character, Kvothe, is telling the story of his past. He's a man basically in hiding for things he's done, some of which have legendary status, some of which are terrifying and perhaps horrible that he did. We don't entirely know. Most of this tale then is him telling the true story of his background, because the things that are known about him, I mean, he's one of these people who apparently has reached mythic status. People tell stories about Kvothe and legends that have grown bigger than they could possibly be, overblown, only loosely connected to facts. Everybody knows these stories. And he's giving the real story for the first ever time. It's fascinating, and it's a good storytelling device, and it does work. I also love the magic that Patrick Rothfuss has created for the story. It's a fascinating blend of the arcane and the scientific. But then you get to naming, which is a whole nother level of magic. Perhaps when you become magical in your interaction with the world around you, there's still mystery involved there that I'm finding fascinating. I also love that the fact that this story clearly hints at great significant things that have already happened a long time ago, but are unfinished and still may have a bearing on the now of the story. But of course, there's the irony. I'm moving now on to book 2, The Wise Man's Fear, which is like twice as long as The Name of the Wind. And that's good because the story we've gotten so far, he started at his beginning. There's still so much to tell, so we need a lot of story. I mean, it's called the Kingkiller Chronicle, and we haven't even met a king yet. We don't even know how he's gonna meet a king, or does he meet a king, or what? We've just spent time with him in school. Yeah, he's just at the academy and he's learning stuff. And that's fascinating and that's fun, but there's so much more clearly that needs to be told for him to achieve this legendary mythic status that required him to go into hiding. And of course, Rothfuss hasn't written the final book. Nothing new has come out in this trilogy since 2014 when he did drop a novella, which the Kingkiller Chronicle may remain unfinished. Nevertheless, I am glad that I read it, and I now join in the chorus of people here to tell you this book is worthy of being read and enjoyed, regardless of whether or not Rothfuss ever finishes this story. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but it's true. It's to be determined whether or not I still feel that way after I finish book 2. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this, again, please like the episode, subscribe, tell your friends, and put some comments down in the comment section here. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.